some fun. Fertig? Feuer 1, 2, 3 und 4. Feuer 1, 2, 4. Pressure's up on number 4. No problem. We can lead it through the mark. Wesker, they treating you all right? Oh, that is first rate, Mr. McKenzie. Thanks to you, sir. You're a good worker. You do fine. I never did get to thank you proper for putting in the good words for me to the captain like you did. Oh, I thought it was the noose around my neck for sure. Oh, I stopped hanging stowaways some time ago, Wesker. Oh, that may be, but the fact of the matter is that nobody's ever given me anything, sir. You're the only one, the only one. I love you for that, sir, and I'll do anything for you, Mr. McKenzie. Anything. Just do your job, Wesker. That's all. Peter, you better come down here and take a look at this. On my way down. Whereabouts, sir? Aye, Peter. According to the chart, she's at 800 or 900 feet, maybe more. How many tons? That's hard to say. Damn, she's at least as big as Queen Mary. Yeah. Seth, can we get a list of possible liners down in the area? I don't need a list to recognize this one, Peter. 1,000 feet long, 3 stacks. Only one ship she could be. Goliath. Goliath? This far south? I thought she went down off the Azores. Nobody ever knew for sure. No, that's right. I read a lot about it. See, the German subs had a price on her head. Everybody knew she was taking evasive action. But she went down with all hands lost. Goliath. Goliath. Terrific. Okay, look, she's at least 1,000 feet deep. Gampman, you and I will compress to 900 feet. That should get us to the bow anyway. We'll do our preliminary dive now. Go deeper tomorrow. The weather's turning sour. There's a hurricane watch out of San Juan, you know. So, Seth, we'll beat it. I mean, if we don't dive now, it might be 2 weeks, maybe longer before we get back here. Someone else could claim the salvage rights. Far be it from me to criticize, Peter. Then don't tell me. But I was under the impression that we were looking for manganese deposits. For good old Magna Research and Development, mother of us all, who also happens to pay our salaries. What is wrong with you two? I mean, don't you realize what we have here? That's the Goliath. I mean, maybe one of the most famous ships of all time. We've lost for 40 years. I mean, there's got to be millions of dollars worth of salvage down there. Right at our fingertips, guys. Now, questions? Good. Ready to launch bell. Let it out. Got it. All right. All right, so pressure depth. Already in sight. Roger. Ready for descent. feet a second. The weather report. The weather's deteriorating fast up here. We'll keep you posted. Right. There she is. Approaching 900 feet and coming in over the bow. Oh, beautiful sight. She seems to be sitting on top of a volcanic ridge of some sort. All right, 900 feet. Pressure depth, 371 psi. Okay. Off you go. Prepare to dive. That's amazing. She's resting flush on her heel. A break for us. I'll take the lead. Right behind you. Ted, stay here. I'm going down further. Roger. Be careful. Now, moving down along the hull on the port side. How's the temperature? Surprisingly warm, Seth. Must be volcanic activity close by somewhere. Lava flows on the ocean floor. Wait, hold on a minute. I hear something. Some kind of tapping. Almost like an SOS. My pressure gauge seems to be malfunctioning. Wait, there it is again. Somebody is sending an SOS. You mean from outside the ship? Not sure. It sounds almost like a turbine sound. Maybe some kind of floating debris. Hold the talk, Seth. I'm hearing another sound. I can't figure out what this one is. Right in here. One of these portholes. It sounds almost like... well, like music. I can't believe it, Seth. I swear to you, there's music coming out of this portal. Music? What are you talking about, Peter? She's down here. I saw her. Come on back. Peter, what's the matter? There's a girl. Portal. Goliath. I saw her dead. Seth, something happened, Seth. I feel funny. Breathe. I can't breathe. My head. There's a girl down here. Oxygen sick. Maybe toxicity. I gotta go back. I've gotta go back. Seth, Peter. Peter, you okay? Call me Gage. She's alive. Alive. Peter. Peter, we gotta get back to the bell. What's happening? What's going on down there? He's in trouble, Seth. There's something wrong with his pressure gauge. Oh, wait. Come on, Peter. We have to get back to the bell. Oh, my God. He's got into convulsions. Get the decom chamber ready. I am certain that I was quite lucid when I saw what I saw and I heard what I heard. That's all I'm asking is that someone with the proper capabilities and hardware go out there and investigate. Look, if I'm wrong, you can lock me up and throw away the key. And if I were to give you the okay and you were wrong, they'd lock me up too, only my cell would be padded. Commander, you're a salvage officer. What'll it take to do this job? Well, for openers, sir, we might toss Mr. Cabot here in a straitjacket. I mean in the way of equipment. Yes, sir. Our most sophisticated vessel is the Point Loma, sir, but she's in dry dock and couldn't be made available for at least a month, sir. Any other solution? Well, if the Admiral's really serious about pursuing this charade... I am serious, mister. And I expect a direct answer to my question, not a personal observation. Yes, sir. The British have the equipment, sir. The Royal Navy? No, sir. Private outfit that has a charter arrangement with the Royal Navy for rescue and salvage, sir. Oh, a private outfit? Yes, sir. British Oceanics. They specialize in underwater work for the North Sea oil companies. And you think that they could undertake this job, huh? As good as we could, sir. Admiral, the Goliath was originally a British ship. It still is, for that matter. Then that's the solution, sir. Not so fast, Mr. Cabot. I still think this is nonsense. But I'm impressed with your candor, as I was impressed with you as a naval officer. Therefore, I'll see what arrangements can be made. Hey, Vice President. I was wrong about that straitjacket crack. You don't need a straitjacket. He needs it. Meet me at the car. I won't be but a minute. Yes, sir. I guess you thought I'd gone bananas buying that story about that girl floating around down there, fresh as a daisy after 40 years? No, sir. Not at all, sir. Oh, Commander, you're going to go far. But here's the real point. When the ship went down in 1939, there was something very important on board. What was that, sir? A diplomatic pouch containing a document for the United States Embassy addressed to President Roosevelt personally and intended for his eyes only. It was entrusted to the care of a United States senator named Bartholomew. But what Bartholomew nor anybody else knew, that document was a forgery, forged by 2 Nazi agents who infiltrated themselves into the embassy. What's on that paper is dynamite. If it falls into the wrong hands, it could wreck NATO, at the very least. Damage our image. You want me to recover this document? Or, preferably, to destroy it, totally, forever. After all these years, it'd be impossible to prove it was a forgery. Our president is most anxious to have this solved before somebody else starts messing around down there in that sunken hull. Now, you and Cabot will be sent on to England. Arrangements will be made through the Prime Minister for you to use their equipment. I see, sir. You're to speak of this to no one but me. Understood? Understood, sir. Take care. Little lad. Yeah, that's nice. I've got a few of the key men together for you to meet. Good. And we were able to get a copy of Goliath's original plans. It's going to be an exciting adventure, wouldn't you say so? Sure. I wasn't hallucinating like everyone thinks. Ah, I wouldn't pay no mind. That's what they thought about Galileo. Well, lads, here we are, our American visitors. Commander Jeff Selkirk, U.S. Navy, and the man who found Goliath, Peter Cabot. Right? That burly chap there is also an American, Bill Sweetney. He's our #1 diver. Welcome, fellow patriots. Bill, Navy? No, I used to work in a bulldozer factory till I got tired of chasing the nuts and bolts. All he chases now are the lasses in Edinburgh. I met Linda. This here's my diving partner, Robbie Cole. Robbie? Hi. Speaking of lasses, tell us more about the mermaid you found in the Goliath, Peter. Ah, mermaid. That just might be the answer, Robbie. Down at the end there, the one sucking on that smelly pipe is our ship's doctor, Sam Marlowe. Gentlemen, hi, Dr. Marlowe. Besides wiping running noses, I'm also an experienced saturation diver, so, if you need me. Thanks, Doc. The one with the beard is Dave Miller. He's the pilot of the PCAT. That's the lockout submersible we'll be using for our preliminary dive. Well, that's the whole Scotty lot. Looks like the pick of the litter to me. Wouldn't you say so, Peter? Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're all set to get underway whenever you're ready. Well, let's do it. How's the marker, boy?
Now here it is. Stand by, man. 4.4 station.
That covers my notes. Peter, would you show us again, please, where you saw that reflected light?
The light wasn't reflected. It was inside the ship, where the girl was.
Excuse me, where you thought you saw the light?
Certainly, just out there.
Port side. Right there. Everybody got that? All right, gents, this is the way it's going to go down. Davey, you'll be at the controls of the PC-18. Linder, Cole, Sweeney, and Doc Marlowe, you'll be in a lockout. We'll all be saturated to 1,000 feet. Peter will act as co-pilot and guide to you, Dave. Any questions?
Yeah, question. If anyone's going on an exploratory dive, Jeff, it's me. This is my baby.
Any other questions? Can we be excused?
All right. I'm diving, Jeff. You can't stop me.
Sure, I can stop you.
You're still sore, aren't you?
I'm not sore.
Yeah, you're sore. You're sore now that you got the chance. You're really gonna rub it in.
You want to sit down here a second and hear what I've got to say?
Listen, I wouldn't even dive if I thought I was gonna be some kind of risk to you.
Oh, really? Well, that's change.
Don't you give me this. Because you wouldn't even be sitting here right now, all holier than thou, if I hadn't waited for you outside that sub-chaser wreck in 76.
And endangered the lives of the rest of the team, we might add. You had orders. If I was late, you were to leave. Now, we were too deep with too much current to mess around with the lives of the rest of the team.
And I saved your life. And you wrote that lousy fitness report on me.
I thought about it over the years. Maybe I should have put you up for a medal. But you knew it, and I know you don't belong in the Navy.
I'm not in the Navy.
Ah, yes, that's right. You're a new VP. I got you. Well, as far as the Navy's concerned, there's a real good reason why you're not diving. I talked to Doc Marlowe. Now, maybe you're perfectly fit, and maybe you're not. But until he says you are, I don't intend to risk anybody's life on this mission, especially yours.
Well, what you should do is talk to Dr. Marlowe again, Jeff, because I saw him a half an hour ago, and he said I was fit, which means I'm diving.
Prepare to launch PC-18. AC-18, ready for launch.
Ready for launch, chaps? Ready for launch. What do you compress for? 1,000 feet. I copy.
Stand by. Launch submersible.
Launching. Steady as she goes.
Ease off the lines.
And to your side, mate.
All right, lads. Down she goes. Cast off all lines.
Feet. Now.
There she is.
Check out the gain on the sonar, Dick.
You're holding its current.
No problem.
Proceeding down the hull. Port side. There. Pressure level focus beyond.
there. How do you like tropical fishing 1,000 feet? Right about here is where I heard the SOS. There. There. Well, there's your SOS. Sorry. There, did you hear that? That is an SOS. Yeah, I hear it. I just can't believe it. Dave, get us a closer. Bring us down the hole a little bit. Roger. We are directly above the center. It's positively inside the ship. Dave, in contact with the hull, right up touching it. Good kisses, Dave. All right, here, give me an answer. You're a Boy Scout. I'm trying to remember how to do this. Goliath. Respond. We're still sending the SOS. Goliath. Respond. They must have heard us. Why else would they stop the SOS? This is PC 18. Respond. They got a knack for rhythm, Peter. See if they answer the bongo serenade. Can't answer it. Answering! Here. Goliath. On board. 3, 7. Danger. Air. Toxic. Where? Proper name, Mackenzie. 330 what? 37. Mr. Whitaker, pass me through to Admiral Sloan at the Pentagon. Right. That's true. Doc, is it possible?
Well, if they went down slowly enough, it's possible they could have reached ambience. But, I mean, that is equalization with the outside pressure. But it beats me.
How are they breathing at 1,000 feet? Whatever it is, you've been it for 4 years, it's gotta be toxic. All right, Dave, get us down the hole a little bit further. Maybe the temperature will see this is. Roger.
torpedo hole. We're coming up on a torpedo hole. Roger, I copy. It's in there right out tight. Patch through to Admiral Sloan's office, PC-18. Stand by.
Yes, sir.
Selkirk, sir.
Yes, thank you. Hello, Jeff. Sloan here.
Admiral, we've just gotten a message from inside the Goliath.
What was that?
I say a message, sir, from inside Goliath. It was Morse-coded through the hull.
What's the message?
The message reads, Goliath, on board 337, danger, air toxic, beware, Mackenzie.
Again? Read that again, will you?
Yes, sir. It reads, Goliath, on board 337, danger, air toxic, beware, Mackenzie.
Mackenzie?
Yes, sir, Mackenzie.
Hold it, Daddy. Get the passenger list there.
Yes.
Are you sure this is legitimate?
Yes, sir, I am. Our main problem is toxicity. If I send divers in, I'm afraid they won't survive. Sir.
Captain here.
Yes?
No, sir. This is what we do.
There has to be an entry through the torpedo hole. Why don't we send divers in with air sampling flasks and swim up through the hole to whatever kind of air bubble there is inside, take a sample and hightail it right on home. Do the analysis outside.
Jeff,
Yes, sir.
how does it sound to you?
Feasible, sir. As long as they don't take their hands off, they should be all right.
Oh, hold it. There's a John Mackenzie.
Third engineer on the crew list. Go ahead and be careful of the toxicity. Call me when you get the analysis.
Yes, sir.
337 people? After 40 years? I'll be damned.
All right, listen up. Linder and Cole. You can't count on more than 15 minutes in your tanks. If you haven't found a dry spot in 7 minutes, home to mother. No sweat. If you do find an air pocket, open up your flask,
Get your sample and get the hell out.
Roger. Lock them out. Timing. Sardine. Now.
All set, laddie. Hold on a minute. All right, let's go. Rowdy, watch out for those jagged edges. You go first. I'm right behind you. Now you gotta hear me. Pretty dark in here. You okay? Get a better. Look at that, good old chap. All this much skin on his bone, has he? I think there's a passageway up ahead.
Can't do it again. 4 minutes.
I'll go first. After you. I think I see a light above us. A light, come on, up this way.
a Net Alert special news bulletin. A virtual bombshell rocked the world today when it was announced not only that the wreck of the giant ocean liner Goliath has been found, nearly intact, some 1,500 miles off the tip of Florida, but even more startling, that some 337 survivors are reported still alive within her 1,000-foot-long hull. How this miracle could occur after 40 years is still not known. British Oceanic Sophisticated Rescue Vehicle Enterprise 4 is at the site and has reported that an attempt to penetrate Goliath's hull earlier today by a team of divers ended in tragedy when two failed to return per schedule. Neither man had sufficient emergency air supply for more than a few minutes. Both are presumed dead. The United States and Great Britain will undertake a joint rescue operation, with the other nations lending whatever support is needed. The first step was to place U.S. Rear Admiral Wiley E. Sloan in overall command of the rescue effort. Sloan, a veteran submariner going back to World War II days and godfather to the U.S. Navy's own highly developed submarine rescue systems, immediately called a news conference in Washington to announce his preliminary plans.
My flagship will be the Enterprise 4, British Oceanic vessel, and my command post will be aboard the Enterprise. In addition, I have begun to put together a staff of experts to help me in this effort. Questions? Comrade Roscoff of Prompton.
Thank you. Admiral, could you please explain to us why the survivors of this Goliath could not have merely swum to the surface to be rescued years ago?
It's a matter of pressure. Your body would be blown apart before you reach the surface. At 1,000 feet, which is the depth of the Goliath, it takes nearly one full day of decompression in a specialized chamber for every 100 feet of depth. Yes, young lady.
Were there children aboard, sir?
Well, at this point, we have no way of knowing. Next. Oh, Miss King.
Can you tell me, sir, when is this rescue mission, when is it likely to start?
Not until we get enough pressurized submersibles below to bring the survivors safely to the surface. But first of all, we've got to change the atmosphere down inside the hull of the Goliath to bring it into something more compatible with what we breathe up here. I've already ordered the crew on the Enterprise to attach what we call a hot tap, which will enable us to test the atmosphere inside the hull.
Any boy for cooking, any smoker?
What about that hot tap?
Hot tap has been cleared, sir. It also shows 1.5% oxygen, the rest mostly hydrogen.
Oh, that could certainly be dangerous to anyone accustomed to surface air.
But at least not volatile, Admiral. Not even flammable, for that matter. Not with that percentage of oxygen.
Gentlemen,
Admiral?
you know, there must have been a bubble trapped up there somewhere in that hull when she went down. Commander, I want you to select a rescue team immediately.
How do we solve the problem of atmospheric toxicity, sir?
We have to risk the oxygen-hydrogen mixture. We'll saturate the divers to 1,000 feet, and at the same percentage of oxygen and hydrogen that the hot tap showed inside the Goliath's hull. That's right. Everybody that goes down will be programmed for the atmosphere inside the Goliath hull. And that means that we're stuck there till we can get everybody out.
What if something goes wrong, sir? Suppose you have to bring us all up in a hurry.
This is strictly a volunteer mission.
I see, sir. In that case, I'd like to lead the team myself, and if willing, take Doc Marlowe and Mr. Sweeney with me.
Fine with me.
Okay.
There's 3 of you.
4. It's agreeable. Doc?
Well, I checked him out. He's fit. You prepare to dive and make entry as soon as compression is accomplished.
Yes, sir.
Anything else?
There is just one thing. There are not enough decompression chambers in the whole of Britain to handle that many survivors.
We'll have to fly them in from all over the world. Put them on a large ship, bring them out to the wreck site, diving bells included. You better start compression immediately.
Yes, sir.
Anybody wants the submersible? All places ready. On submersible. Back off on turret. Just off 4 lines. first? Sure. For the duration. Sure. This is Enterprise 4. What is your depth reading?
Coming up on 900 feet.
We copy.
Cargo coming into view now.
Approaching torpedo. Get the Admiral Sloan. This is Sloan.
Ready to launch divers, sir.
Just be sure you check your come-home tanks, in case you gotta get back fast.
Yes, sir. Any more Morse contact with Goliath?
No, we tried, but they don't answer.
Thank you, sir. Suit up, guys.
Peter and I will go first. You all set?
All set.
Go ahead. We're right behind you. Everybody okay? No problem. Anybody gets in trouble, give a holler. Let's go. Exploding debris up here. Watch out. I see it. How you doing? I'm fine. Don't worry. Well, there's a sight you can write home about. Sorry you came? Not yet. You? It looks like a ship's ladder up ahead. Lead the way. No problem. I think we've got some sort of light up above.
Identify yourself.
We're off a salvage vessel. The Enterprise 4, sir.
Papers?
Yes, I'll have to get out of the water to show you.
Very well. That's the rest of you. There we are.
Selkirk, Commander, United States Navy, sir.
Doesn't look like any mermaid.
John Mackenzie, Commander. Welcome aboard Goliath. Thank you, sir. Pleasure. I must apologize for the reception, but we didn't exactly know whether you were friend or foe, as they say. And when we had our last contact with the outside world, it was on the point of being overrun by Hitler. 40 years ago, sir. That's right. Mr. Mackenzie, Peter Cabot. This is the man who discovered Goliath. Oh, yes, and the one, incidentally, who scared the wits out of my daughter. There, your sea creature. This is our chief steward, Mr. Bailey. Mr. Bailey, how do you do, sir? Delighted to meet you. Sir. Our ship's doctor, Dr. Marlowe. Yes, sir. Mr. Sweeney. How do you do? Sir. Bill, would you get on the horn and talk to the Admiral, let him know we landed safely. Tell him the air mix seems to be okay. You bet. Sir, there's a question of 2 divers we sent in earlier. Can you tell us anything about them? I beg your pardon?
Divers? No divers. You see the precautions we take here.
Are you certain?
No divers. I know for sure. The currents in the ship are very swift and very severe. They could easily have got lost. It's just a mass of twisted wreckage back there. Oh, excuse me. Commander, this is Dan Wesker. I think it's safe to say that without him, we would none of us have survived the original storm.
Mr. Mackenzie, sir, that's a lot of blarney, that's what that is. Mr. Mackenzie here, a saintly genius, he saved a lot of us, he did. God bless him. I was just following instructions.
Same John Mackenzie that was the third engineer when the ship went down.
Yes. Chief engineer now. Unanimous decision by all of the people.
Mr. Mackenzie, there are several things of importance which I'd like to discuss, sir.
Naturally, all in good time. In the meantime, you'll be wanting to change your clothes and, suitable quarters, I think, Wesker.
I believe there's a cabin on G deck, sir.
Excellent. Well, you lead the way, will you? And I think we can dispense with the security guards.
Sir. What about the people?
Oh, I don't think they would be so foolish as to come into this part of the ship.
I don't know. They've been acting rather bold lately.
Very well. But just a few guards.
Dover, Cox, gentlemen, if you'll follow me, choose it, please.
Here.
You got it all?
Yes, sir.
This is our principal salvage area, Commander. As you will appreciate, we can't afford to waste anything.
Lights. What makes them glow?
They're filled with phosphorescent algae. All you have to do is add water and a small electrical current. Father worked it all out ages ago.
Right man, your father.
Fire over the head.
Riker.
No. Still alive, are you? You're not so lucky this time, huh? But you'll never get away again. You mark me. Shall we take it to the break?
Yes.
All right, to the break, boy. On the double.
What was that all about?
The Bow people. Thieves and murderers, mostly. Outcasts.
How often do you get that kind of thrill?
All too often. But now that we've got their leader, that man Riker, that will be the end of it. noticed, Mr. Mackenzie, that some of them are deformed.
The result of the bends, Dr. Marlowe.
From time to time over the years, some of our people tried to swim to the surface foolishly. Then they became confused, tried to turn back with the fiscal result that you saw. That is why we have given up all hope of ever being able to escape.
I don't know. What are they doing?
Folks are real friendly down here.
It's because you're strangers. Never in our whole lives have we seen strangers before. Except the elders, of course.
What is Alan?
The elders were on board when Goliath sank. We rely on them for all our knowledge.
I take it your father wields a lot of weight around here.
Yes, he's the president of the Supreme Council. He was elected for life.
This is G-deck, gentlemen. It's very easy to get lost aboard Goliath, so remember it.
Oh, and a word of caution. Be very careful, please, with your consumption of fresh water. It's very strictly rationed.
Very well, sir.
Thank you. Oh, come along, everybody. Come along. We have work to do. This way.
These will be your quarters here. Here. Wesker will take you back to your cabin. Extra guards, I think. Right, sir, right. Please.
I hope you'll be comfortable here. Under the circumstances, you appreciate it's the best that we can do.
It'll be fine, sir. I'll leave you now to communicate with your ship. And I'll be back shortly to show you the real miracle of Goliath. Thank you. For your protection, gentlemen. Understood.
How much ammo did you bring, Sweeney?
Not enough to hold off our weirdos. Or anybody else, for that matter.
What exactly are your speculations, Sweeney?
I don't know. Those guards, for instance. There's an awful lot of them, and they stick to us like glue.
Therefore, our protection.
Sure. But the question is, from what? This was the auxiliary engine room, designed to provide power for lights, air conditioning, blowers, etc. Fortunately, it's located in the forward part of the ship, and was within the air bubble that formed when Goliath went down. Open up, would you please? Obviously, we do not allow fire of any kind on board, except for the light room and the cooking area, which is specially vented. Otherwise, as you know, the carbon monoxide would kill everybody. Now, this is the single most important space on the entire ship. This is the very heart of Goliath, which guarantees our very survival from one moment to the next. The turbine, sir. What runs it? Over here. The designer of Goliath saw fit, in his wisdom, to provide the auxiliary engine room with its own Scotch boilers, thereby ensuring us some measure of hope. When the torpedo struck, I was aft in the main engine room with Dan Wesker.
Somehow, we made our way forward to the temporary safety of the air pocket. The people had panicked, were trying to reach the top deck, unaware that it was now completely underwater. Out of a total of almost 1,900 passengers and crew, only 240 managed to survive. The captain and most of the ship's officers were gone, and the rest of us were faced with certain death as our oxygen supply ran out. But then I remembered the auxiliary engine room forward. If anything was to be done, it would have to be there. We made our way down to G-deck. The lights were on, which indicated that the generators were still operating. But the key was the Scotch boilers. They had to be kept fueling. And although Goliath had almost 1 million barrels of oil in her bunkers when she went down, we had to determine how much was left and whether the pipes that carried it were still intact. The original venting system had been destroyed, so it was necessary to put on gas masks to protect us against carbon monoxide until we could find a way later to vent it overboard. Luckily, most of the bunkers were still undamaged. As were the conduit pipes, and those that weren't, we later repaired. By my calculation, we had less than 48 hours to replenish our oxygen supply. Water being composed of 2 parts hydrogen and 1 part oxygen, the problem was solved, for the time being, by electrolysis, which separates the two. But by doing so, we were also releasing hydrogen, which was extremely volatile and could blow the ship apart. It became necessary to vent it outwards through the hull. By now, the pressure inside Goliath had equalized with the pressure outside, so the water was held back. After many hours, the job was finished, which meant we had some air to breathe. We had a shipment of barrel lime aboard, which we spread around to soak up the carbon dioxide we were breathing out, and until we could later construct a more permanent air-scrubbing system. There was plenty of food and water aboard, and the forward staterooms were intact. And now that the crucial problems had been temporarily solved, the people settled down to wait. And here we are.
It's an incredible story, sir.
Yes, it is.
Sustained light for over 40 years. When can we see the rest of the ship?
Leo will show you around in the morning. Now, if you'll forgive me, I've got a great many things to do.
Excuse me, Mr. Mackenzie.
Yes.
Do you have a Senator Bartholomew aboard?
Senator Bartholomew. Why, yes, we do.
Would it be possible for me to speak with him?
Of course, you'll see him at dinner. Will you see that our guests are brought to the main hall at 6 bells? Goodbye.
Thank you. Hey, Senator Bartholomew. He's just, old acquaintance of the Admiral's. Not important.
The council is now in session. Bring in the prisoner. Has the prisoner anything to say in his own behalf?
What are the charges against me?
Treason against the state. 2 counts.
I deny it.
Silence.
Then show me your proof.
Bring in the witness. Is this the man who attacked you today?
Yes.
You can testify to that without prejudice.
Yes.
Paul Riker. Once before, you were brought before this court and sentenced for treason. Subsequently, you escaped. But now, a new accusation has been brought against you. This is a particularly sad day for me. I attended your baptism. Your father and your mother were fine people. They contributed much to Goliath. You were a friend of my daughter, Leah. You are one of our finer workers. There was even talk of promoting you to the life support room. Then you fell upon evil ways. You sinned against the people of Goliath. You became a hunted criminal. It is therefore with a heavy heart that I must reimpose the sentence of the court upon you. I have no choice. Wesker, you will see to it that the prisoner is executed first thing in the morning.
It shall be done, sir, as prescribed. The life room furnace.
Do you have anything to say? May God be with you.
Hello, Kirk. Dr. Marlowe, I presume.
Excuse me, sir, but aren't you...
Ronald Bentley, at your service. Head of the welcoming committee.
Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome our visitors from the ship British Enterprise 4?
Right this way.
Sir, you know I watch you all the time on movies on late night television.
You mean they finally perfected that silly little box?
Ah, yes, more or less. I didn't realize you went down on Goliath.
How soon they forget. I don't suppose you could get in touch with my agent, William Morris Agency.
Imagine, why not? This place is incredible, sir. Where'd you find the plants and all the parakeets?
The forest shop. Just in the nick of time, mind you. Of course, these aren't the same birds. Like Noah's Ark, to use a romantic allusion, there were both male and female.
Commander, would you come and sit up here with me in the council, please? Dr. Marlowe, with Dr. Goldman, I think. And Mr. Cabot, I'm sure you won't object, sitting next to my door. Oh, sir.
We are most passionately interested in learning about the world about us, Commander.
Okay.
Perhaps you will enlighten.
Hello.
This is Mr. Cabot. Senator and Mrs. Bartholomew, welcome.
Thank you.
Sally and Luke Crane and then Mrs. Gilbert. And this is my friend Maria.
Hi, Maria.
Did I hear him say you're from an English ship?
Yes, sir. Enterprise 4.
Oh, remarkable. In these waters. Or is it over?
It's what?
War?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, it is.
And Hitler?
Was defeated, sir.
I told you he'd lose, but you never listened to me.
Yeah. At any rate, that calls for a toast. Peace. And to the good old United States of America.
I'm afraid he's had too much of this seaweed champagne.
Oh, not at all.
Those are octopus eyes. Is something the matter?
No. No, I guess just not much in octopus eyes tonight. That's all.
Oh, I'll get you something else.
No, bye.
So you see, I'm the doctor on board.
That you are. Did you and I have a lot to talk about, Dr. Goldman?
Yes. Dr. Marlowe, there's something I really want to know. My father was trying to escape from Nazi Germany when he came on board Goliath. He died when I was 28, but all his life he wanted to know what happened.
Your father got out just in time.
Was Hitler really murdering them?
The bastard killed 6 million men, women, and children. He gassed them in concentration camps.
6 million?
There is a state of Israel now, and Jews from all over the world live there in relative peace.
Peace? I wonder if it really exists. Even here. Look, I run a clinic on board with what my father taught me. You must come tomorrow.
Well, that's something I really want to see. I will.
Are you saying, Commander, that another great war is about to commence?
The world is uncertain, Mr. Bailey. And there have been several wars since Hitler was defeated. And this bomb you talk about, suddenly the nations have forbidden its manufacture. They have not, sir. What? A monstrous weapon that would destroy all mankind? But that is utter madness, woman.
Commander, our world is certainly far from perfect down here, I admit. But I cannot conceive of yours in my wildest imaginings.
You got wars, you got sickness, you got... I suppose they still hang a bloke if he gets drunk on a Saturday night and does in his old lady. Well, I hope I haven't painted the picture as pessimistically as that, Mr. Wesker. In fact, gentlemen, we've succeeded in putting the man on the moon.
The moon?
Yes, sir.
Now, really, that is most incredible.
The moon. Down here, this is the real miracle. And Mr. Mackenzie, he's done it all.
You mustn't believe everything that Wesker says, Commander. He's inclined to be a little prejudiced. The truth is, we can all be geniuses when survival is at stake. Thank you. Would you excuse me, Commander, please?
Sure.
Always something to do. See you later, then, babe. Excuse me. Wesker.
How about her mother? She around here somewhere?
We have to prepare for Riker's execution tomorrow.
She died 5 years ago. She and Father were very much in love. Never fully recovered when she died.
What was that?
Only the volcano below.
Oh. That all.
Father says that soon it will turn the generators that make our life smoother.
How?
With the heat exchange system he's invented.
Apparently your father has invented everything.
Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you're enjoying the land of glory.
Please excuse me, there's something I forgot to do.
I think we'd best be getting along, too.
It's way back, Doctor. If I can get up by the sun. You know what I mean, I hope.
You're going to have these young folks thinking we're really over the hill.
We are over the hill, all of us. Good night.
Good night. Excuse me, sir. Mind if I follow you? Yeah, I have a word with you. Certainly.
I brought you something else.
What?
Oh.
Of course, I remember the pouch, Mr. Selkirk. It was entrusted to me by the President's special envoy to England. And even though I disagreed with its contents, I never left it out of my sight once I boarded Goliath.
And can you tell me what became of it?
Mrs. Selkirk, as you can see, my husband is quite tired. Perhaps this would wait till another time.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Bartholomew, but the U.S. government is extremely anxious to know its whereabouts.
And well, they might be. It was a ticking bomb, and I told that to the envoy at the time. But he insisted that I deliver it personally to the President.
My orders come directly from him, sir.
FDR. Would you tell me he's still alive?
No, sir. His current successor.
Oliver, why can't you sit down? Please. Mrs. Selkirk, he must rest.
Oh, my dear. He's a naval officer. He has his duty to perform.
Thank you, sir.
It was lost. In the sinking. We haven't seen it in over 40 years. Now will you leave in peace?
Is that what happened, sir?
Tell him, Oliver. Tell him it went down when the Goliath went down. Tell him.
Yes, that's what happened. It was lost in the sinking.
Thank you, sir. I'm sorry to disturb you both.
Oliver, if only I could get something for you from the hospital.
No, not that.
Not that.
What is that? Probably the current. surface men shoot first.
Let them kill you.
What you have to do, do it.
Now, here's what we've got on Mackenzie. He graduated top of his class, Royal Maritime Academy, 1937. Patent a dozen gadgets before he was 19. Episcopalian, grew up in Richmond, Surrey, England.
What have you got on his Irish sidekick, Dan Wesker? He seems to be one of the original survivors, engine room fit.
Wesker? Not on the sailing list. Wesker, you say?
Wesker, W-E-S-K-E-R, I believe. Seems to have a lot of authority, throws his weight around.
No, we'll check him out. Thank you, young man.
Yes, sir.
Jeff,
Yes, sir.
what about the pouch?
Sir, the senator survived the sinking and is alive.
Oh, good. But does he have the pouch?
He says it went down with the ship, sir.
Oh, well, thank God for that. You don't have to worry about that anymore.
Excuse me, sir. That is, if we believe him.
What do you mean?
I think he's lying. Seems to be afraid of something, or someone.
I'll call you back 1400.
Yes, sir.
Well, how's my good friend the Admiral?
He sends you a hug and a kiss.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Stay tight on the box.
Mm-hmm. Sure thing. Hey, what'd you say these round black things were? Subcutaneous mutant. I drop in his family, 3rd Division Artillery. No kidding. Sure beats topside, chow, huh? Our date.
Not our date, buddy. That's your date. We're just coming along for the ride. Shellfish, sweetie. Don't worry. Good eyesight. Mr. McKenzie.
If you don't mind, you can direct me to the ship's hospital. I promised to see Dr. Goldman. And I've got to make arrangements for inoculations.
Inoculations? What for?
Earthborne viruses, Mr. Wesker. They could be deadly to your population, and we don't want to take any chances.
What's that you
Don't worry. We've already cleared it with Mr. Mackenzie.
We'll be all right. You can leave us now.
Oh, it's orders, Mr. McKenzie. That bow person, likely he's escaped, and your father's very upset. Some traitor got the key to his cell and let him go.
The hospital's on the next deck down at the bottom of the stairs.
Oh, thank you. Leah, where's everybody headed?
To work. They don't want to be late. It's forbidden. And this is our hydroponic garden. Up there is where the majority of our food is grown, without soil. Only desalinated, brackish seawater is used. But the nutrients in it allow the plants to grow. Father visited such an experimental farm before he sailed from England, and he applied what he learned here.
And I suppose this was all begun by taking sprouts from the original stores?
Yes.
This was the ship's pool.
Yes, we use it as a fish hatchery now. We've developed many of our own strains. The people you see are called agri-people. They're trained as children and work here all their lives.
Does that mean they can never change?
Not unless they're elected to the life room. The most important of all are the life people. It's their responsibility to tend the boilers and operate the turbines and generators. It's a a great honor to be a lifeguard. You have to be a member before you can be elected to the Supreme Council.
Thanks. It's good.
You learned everything from your father.
Yes, he was a brilliant man.
Seems that Goliath has more than its share of brilliant men,
You're thinking about Mr. Mackenzie.
from whom all blessings flow.
You know, I have a great curiosity about your world. I can't imagine what it's like at all in spite of everything we've been taught about it.
It might disappoint you, but I hope not.
Do you have much illness there?
Yes. There are many enemies we haven't conquered yet. There's cancer, the common cold.
Oh, we don't have anything like that here.
No illness at all?
Oh, minor complaints, of course. But our isolation has protected us. In the beginning, many died. But now we have a strong population with natural resistance.
Which reminds me the reason I'm here, aside from your charm and company, of course. We brought along some serum to inoculate the people against any viruses that we might introduce ourselves.
Does Mr. Mackenzie know about this?
Surely you don't think we'd do anything without his permission?
Of course not.
Are you married, Dr. Goldman?
No. No, I'm dedicated to my work. And Mr. Mackenzie thought I would be more valuable doing this. Are you?
Yes.
Children?
3.
Oh. You were here before, when you went to the ship. We call this our sea garden pool. Sally and you were called aqua people.
Hi, folks.
Hi.
We've worked down here since we were children. In fact, it's over there that I proposed to Sally.
It's very romantic. I remember I was stringing plankton at the time, and I fell in.
We had to have permission to be married, of course, and to have a child.
It's a great privilege. We were very lucky.
Who decides who's lucky?
The Supreme Council. Mr. Mackenzie. We must go and let you get on with your work.
But I haven't told you about the pool yet. This was originally the first cargo hold. It was badly damaged. The salvage people managed to pump it out.
Salvage people?
A work group, too. They reclaim sections of the ship for the people's use. My friend Maria, you met her?
Sure.
She works with them. We find clothing and clocks. Sometimes even jewelry. Of course, we all fight over that.
Do the fish always come this far inside the ship?
Sometimes they do. Then we really do celebrate. The sea's been good to us, Peter. We even make our own medicine from algae. Father says there are some things we know down here that you don't know up above.
A bit on that.
I really think that we should go now.
Why are there guards always around?
The bow people steal our food. For our protection. Isn't that right, Mr. Wesker?
That's right, very right. We look after our people, so.
Miserable one.
We should go.
I'll get you on.
Don't forget the best birthday party later on. All right.
What is this?
Let me see. Oh, yes. Well, there is one scourge on board Goliath. Palmer's disease.
Palmer's disease?
Algae-based bacteria. Named after Mr. Palmer, the first victim.
Have you a cure for this disease?
No, but fortunately the end comes quickly. Fever, coma, and then death. So, when would you like me to arrange for the inoculation?
The sooner the better. We can do it together.
Fine. Boys or girls?
Pardon me?
Your children?
2 boys and a girl.
There's Maria. We mustn't stop her working.
Maria, move along there. I'm begging your pardon, Miss Susie. Not to worry, child. Not to worry. Oh, you're really taking good care of your child. Good. Come on. Take her to her mother.
What is going on around here?